friends. My name is Janessa Oriol, and I'm the head of community here at Sell with Amy, and I will tell you probably my favorite day of the entire quarter. I can't say of the entire year because I have 3 more of these that I can't wait to see what happens in the second quarter and the third quarter and the fourth quarter. These ladies blew it out of the water in terms of our hashtag. Now, we are currently in the process of gathering all of these together, and we're going to put them together in a YouTube playlist for you so that way you can view them there or right here on our Sell with Amy page. We want to make sure that this information can be shared among your team, your friends, anybody that you feel like could utilize some of this information, whether it be a brief recap of some of my favorite moments of the winter. Today, just an incredible day. And so first and foremost, I want to say a very huge thank you to incredible presenters. We had some really topics I did not necessarily anticipate would come out and be so. Without further ado, I want to do a little brief recap. If you have not yet watched all the trainings, that's totally fine. And we'll make sure that they're all in a nice, neat little package if you wanted to be able to share all of them eSummits. But while we gather that I learned from each of our presenters. So we started with Maggie shared, oh my goodness, she likened your comfort zone. If it's hard and it's rigid and it's something you can easily break, it's not necessarily the best situation, right? So she shared, if you make your comfort zone a little bit like pizza dough and you can stretch it, it allows you to continue to grow and not necessarily potentially those words. But I absolutely loved that analogy, and now I want to go to one of those pizza places where they actually throw the dough so I can pretend it's my comfort zone, right? Get a little uncomfortable, try something new, she was awesome. Next up was Jess, and Jess talked about contact categories, and I was here for it. There's no way, contact categories and contact categories in the app itself, in the Sell with Amy app, is something that we've had requested for a long time. And when we released it, Jessica blew it out of the water, was like, think of all the situations. And the idea of using a little emoji in those custom contact categories, being able to use like a bathtub for someone who loves taking baths, or somebody else. I love triangle means delta, so change. In a long time, you might want to change that situation. For individuals that you haven't connected with or grown with, is tremendously helpful. If you haven't watched that, be prepared with pen and paper because she brings it and there's notes to take, okay? So I encourage you to watch that. I will also be sure to include, there's a help portal article for those that are looking to try this for the first time. We actually have a help portal article on how to create those custom contact categories. Aubrey brought it with the specifically, if someone, my favorite tip, like the gist of her whole talk, but if someone cancels a party, and this happens, this is so common, if someone cancels a party, an appointment with you, something that you had already scheduled to work with, right? If you've already, some time that you already have dedicated, cancels with you, she was like, take your laptop, your phone, whatever, to a coffee shop and still dedicate that time to your business. So you're keeping your business moving forward. And again, ding, it's like a light bulb moment. Hope was talking about automation, taking the things that are in Sell with Amy, being able to automate the rest of your business so that way you have being able to make sure to put some thought and effort into social media as an example. It's one that she gave, along with, she had a ton of suggestions, including verbiage. So she was tremendously helpful. And thank you so much for Hope bringing that to us. You give me hope, and I have cheesy puns. I'm sorry, Hope. I had to go there because I love it. Okay. Molly came and silence being the followed up with someone, and this is something we've heard many, many times. Oftentimes, what happens if they're not responding to my follow-ups? That's okay. They're probably busy. They're probably like Debbie, whom I will discuss in just a moment, and running in between all the different appointments and are on the road. And that's okay. That doesn't mean it's a no. It genuinely means it's not the right time to correspond with them, or maybe they don't have a response. Not everybody has a response for everything. I happen to have a daughter that has not her, right? Not everybody is like that. So it's important to note if there's doesn't mean that it's a no, and keep on keeping on with your business. She had some great tips for that. Next up was Michelle, and she was talking about online shows and parties. She had some really great tips for that. Just things that I thought of previously. So if you haven't watched that one and you're interested in online things, make that add that to your to-do list to go ahead and connect with her video, watch it, and grab some. Again, keep paper and pen handy if you're a Ida talked about relationship building, but more than just building those relationships, maintaining those relationships and making sure that your customers feel supported and encouraged. She's there. Debbie talked about that busy schedule, running around, full-time job, caregiver, all the things that she's got going on. And she talked about being able to break her business into teeny tiny pieces so she was able to follow up. She didn't have a follow-up system before Sell with Amy. Guys, that's not that uncommon. When we started, 96%, actually it was 96.3 or 0.7, I don't recall. I'm gonna round it down to 96% of those that we served of the actually had no follow-up system whatsoever. They'd tried things, but it was not common. So this is very common in this industry. It's important to note if you've got a great tool like this, why not go ahead and give it a go? And if you're already using it and your team maybe isn't, or maybe someone's struggling and they're like, I don't know how to make this happen, you can maybe have them give it a go. And Debbie talks about those little key moments throughout the day, being able to work your business and stay super consistent with it. She was great. And then we had Janessa. So 5 tips, her to only 10 minutes, and she went over, which is totally fine. We actually anticipated that, but she gave some really good tips and tricks that you can truly chew on and apply to your marketing on Instagram. Taking your to apply that. It was so good. If you haven't watched that already, go ahead and watch it, check it out, and share your favorite tip. I would love to hear your favorite tip from the day. I'm jumping to the end of my agenda, but that's okay. I have no problems with this. And then lastly, Krista talked about going the extra mile, and specifically follow-up is your job. She was saying we're actually in the people. If you're following up, then you are actually providing that great service. You're not necessarily selling is not your number one job, but truly follow-up is. And so she had some really good inspiration there. So today was just incredible. And if there's any, I would love to hear below, down here, takeaway was so far. Now I know everyone's going to go, I was at work and I was busy, and I totally get it, totally understand. But when you find something of true value that you enjoyed from this particular Winter eSummit, whether it was from one topic or all of them, I would love, love, love to be able to go ahead and takeaway has been so far. Drop that below. Additionally, I put in the intro, I know I want to continue the conversation. I absolutely the head of community, I want to continue the conversation as well. And I want to be able to have some great conversations driving off of this eSummit and being able to do deep dives in terms of conversations. So I go live weekly. We want to make sure to have those weekly trainings. If you're not already in our community, I'm going to drop the link below. I strongly encourage you to go ahead and join into our community and join in those conversations, because I love nothing more than be able to connect and connect with each of you, hear what your maybe some areas of opportunity are in your business, and then going ahead and doing a deep dive and seeing if we can overcome those obstacles, or at least create an opportunity to your cohorts, right? We want to make sure that we're able to work together to help you grow. So spring eSummit, spring, summer, fall, and then back to winter. I am so excited that you were able to invest a little bit of time into your business to watch some or all of the training videos that we had today. I hope they were beneficial. Please, please drop your thanks below for our incredible presenters, and I absolutely appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. We'll look forward to seeing you guys in the community. Bye, guys. Bye.